Hello folks, and welcome to the first sort of official stream for Fallout 76. Now, let's see, what do we want to go over here? Well, first I guess I'll go over my plan for 76. So the overall idea that I'm going to be doing with 76 here is I'm going to be streaming 3 days a week of 76. 2 of those days are going to be dedicated towards a solo roleplay, which you can see in the title of this stream here. And one of those days is going to be dedicated more of just doing random stuff in the game. Reason for that is I want to explore some of the story elements, and I think I can do that better solo, without, hearing other people in chat and that sort of thing. Whereas with the more messing around day, I can explore more of the fun multiplayer aspects of this game. Hopefully this whole experiment is going to go well. I hope so. And anyways, let's get started. First things first though, I want to actually check out the Atomic Shop. Reason for that is one of my viewers, Ryan, brought up Facts Matter says story, good luck. One of my viewers brought up asking about what was in the Atomic Shop. And it looks like they actually have added a few things since the beta. So let's go over some of those. The stuff that I would be most interested in would be the apparel. So let's see, we have 2076 glasses, just like the year 2000 glasses. A rocket suit, skiing outfit, that just looks weird. So yeah, it looks like they have a few different options as far as what you can get. Again, most of this is bought with the little atomic, atoms, that's what it's called. The atoms, it looks like there is an option to purchase atoms down at the bottom, but you can also earn them through playing the game. So to me, there's not really much of a need to purchase them, at least not yet. I imagine there's probably going to be more skins added as time goes by. Let's see, we have Vault Tech paints on power armor and on armor, and then camouflage paints for power armor, and a few different ones for your Pip-Boy. Yeah, nothing I see that's too interesting right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Facts Matter says Todd loved the EA model. Alright, well let's go to character. I'm gonna make a new character here. Now the character that we're gonna make here, the general idea that I have is that the character starts out probably around 22 when the bombs fall in 2077. So from 2077 to, let's see, 2102 is around the time that the vault opens. So he's going to be 22 going up 25 years. That is 47 years. Oh, we have a little intro cinematic here. Can't forget that. So let's go ahead and watch that for a moment.
War never changes. In 1776, this great nation accepted that armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation. That is why today, July 4th, 2076, 300 years after our great nation began, we gather together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you, the good people of America, so that if the bombs do come, if the end does come, our way of life will endure. But not everyone will be saved. Those chosen to enter this vault must be our best and our brightest. For when the fighting is stopped, and the fallout has settled. You must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself. So as we stand here today, we pray that the world will know peace. But if that is not our destiny, if war must come, we stand together knowing that here in Vault 76, our future begins.
Good morning, Vault 76.
All right. An interesting little cinematic there.
Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough. Today is Reclamation Day. It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
So Fax Matter and Ryan are talking about the Diablo Immortals demo. Oh, I didn't know that Blizzard dropped 8% after all of that. All right. So I think we're first going to develop how this guy will look when he first enters the vault. Then we're going to work on aging him up a bit. So he'll start off like no facial hair. Anything else that we want to change on him? I think this will work. Well, it looks a... Let's change up maybe smooth. What about the general look of his skin there? Again, go to smooth. And what extras does he have? Any markings? Nothing there. Any damage? He does have a couple scars. For me, there's no reason to have scars if you're having spent most of your time in the vault. Oh, it helps if I actually remember to hit E to accept. Yeah, I'm trying this out on keyboard or mouse and keyboard now instead of what I was when I played through the demo, which was on a controller. So might be a little different. Fax Matter says make a creeper type with a rape van. Oh god. All right, so we can say this is probably around something of what he looked like when he first entered the vault. Nothing too special going on. Now we gotta age him up 25 years. So he goes from 22 to a 47-year-old. Because see, this is the thing that I think isn't kept in mind by probably a lot of people. If people who are smart and, you know, the best and brightest are going into this vault and leaving 25 years later, they're not going to look like they are right now. They're going to be old, kind of. And I'm not saying that being old, you're not still going to be able to do stuff, but you're not going to look like this. I don't think, especially for most people, the art of looking young is still available. So let's see what we can do here. Well, we'll do, let's see, we got wrinkled, rashed, oily. Probably wrinkled, I guess we can do for a lot of that stuff. What kind of eyes do we want? Shrewd? That could probably work. Now keep in mind, we probably can't make him look super, super old, because there's only really so far that they probably let you go, so. But I figure he'll have a good amount of wrinkles going on now. Even with the good life. We'll also have to change up his hair a bit. We got grain. That's still not really quite enough. Let's do the gray. A mixture between, like, let's see how it goes all the way up to white or bleached. We can do also all these different dyes, but we're not going to do that. I think gray is a good medium for someone who's 47. Ryan asks, why are you making him old? The reason that I am making him old is he is going in. Do you already have a headcanon for him? Yes, I do. A little bit at least. So he enters the vault in 2077 when the bombs are dropping at age 22. And he's going to be a very smart individual because, you know, again, as we saw in the cinematic, they're bringing in people who are smart and all that. Pickle Mike says, someone took my fucking name. He goes by. It's Pickle Nick. Facts Matter says, old man going to lay down a classic ass whooping. Pretty much. Let's see. I kind of want to change up his brows a little bit. Untamed, that's a little too crazy looking. Bushy. Let's see. We'll do the average dark. But anyways, Ryan, so he came in at 22. 25 years passed because by the time that the vault opens, it's 2102. So he goes in young, comes out old at the age of 47. So that's why we're making him look a little old. Now let's go back a bit. Let's look at his body. So right now it's more of an average body. He probably went in kind of like around this, thinnish build. By this point, I figure he's probably added on a few pounds. Relatively easy vault living. But we'll add him, we'll go halfway between muscular and large. I figure even though he's had the easy vault living, he has tried to probably prepare for this day a little bit. Ryan asks, if he came in when the bombs dropped, wouldn't he be 300? Actually, no. So Fallout 76 actually takes place in 2102. So, it's only 25 years after the bombs dropped, instead of being the, 200 years, for example. The Tricentennial was actually not the bombs. The Tricentennial was of America gaining independence. Yep, like you said just there. All right. Anything else? Let's see. What do we want to do with his eyes? Let's see. Pale blue bloodshot, brown bloodshot. Let's do pale blue bloodshot. All right. And anything else to do with the lips? It wouldn't be suntanned. You know what? I think we'll put his skin color to pale, because coming out of the vault with no actual access to light, I think he would be pale even if he was maybe a little darker skinned earlier on. So Ryan, right now the year is 2102 by the time that the people in Vault 76 come out of the vault. So I figure he may have even gone in with his parents at the time, but his parents have probably passed away by now. Certainly his parents won't be in good enough condition to go out, and it seems like everyone is left. So either his parents have passed away, or because his parents were old, they were just kind of passed up. The weird thing about Vault 76 is, like, if you're young coming out of this vault, either you were born in the vault or you went in as a really young kid. Facts Matter says, orange an option? Tanning beds, man. Tanning beds. I didn't want to make him a Trump, but you know what? Since you offered it, let's see. Tanned, burned, bronzed. You know what? Let's go for the bronzed. He went with the tanning bread or the fake tan option. So the intro cinematic was actually, it wasn't 2102, it was 2076. That's why it was 300 years ahead. Yeah, 2102 is in fact like 325 years ahead, or 26 years ahead. All right, so any extras, any makeup? No, I don't think we would have any of that. Any markings? You know what? He is an older guy, and he has done the fake tan stuff. You know, we'll give him a few moles. I think we're going to change up their transparency a little bit, though. Do only... Let's try about 40%. Oh, space to apply, okay. That's where I was going wrong. Lower face, nah. We'll do one on the cheek, though. Okay, so he's got a few blemishes. He's not the prettiest one coming out since he did his fake tan, or perhaps tanning bed. We'll say he did tanning beds, actually. That'll explain why he has the moles and that. Facts Matter says gonna give him the McCain. He might have the cancer. No, McCain had the brain cancer. That's an entirely different thing. Ryan, the tricentennial is actually 2076. So that's what they were talking about. Alright, blemishes, damage, grime. I don't think he would have any grime. At least not at this point. And blemishes... Let's increase his eye socket a little bit. Forehead rash. We could up that a little. Forehead melasma? Forehead hives? Oh, he's not going to have any hives or cysts or anything like that. He doesn't have acne. Alright, I think I'm happy with the way he looks. He's an old guy, been tanning a little too long. Might have the cancer over here. So Ryan, the 2076 thing is, hello there, Omar. The 2076 is actually when they're just like bringing up Vault 76 here. You know, debuting it. It wasn't exactly when, I mean, I don't know if it was maybe like when it was opened or if it was just like a marking event for it, but something like that. All right, so we are going to name this guy Adrian Rowan. The Adrian part is based off of the guy who's Ozymandias in The Watchmen, and the Rowan part, that's the last name of the character I had in my Skyrim roleplay. So now we just got to take his picture. Oh, this is kind of weird how this is set up here compared to controller. But I think it'll work. Okay, we'll take this snapshot and exit. Alright, so let's take a look around. We have a Robco Fun magazine here. A couple little items stashed around. Oh, we have an acoustic guitar that we could play. But no time for that. It is interesting that all of this looks a lot like, kind of like a kid's setup. It's bright, colorful, that sort of thing. Now I wonder... Okay, so just looking around the vault, because, I mean, I looked around when I first played this, but I didn't, like, really look around. But it looks like this whole area is set up as a living area just for the individual in this vault. So this is actually a pretty decent little apartment that's in here. Also, for anyone wondering, I have turned off in my settings the local voice chats, and if you set voice chat mode to none, you actually don't hear anything from other players as well. I didn't know that until I was playing earlier, so it's kind of nice if you want to have just a quiet playthrough in 76. Ryan asked, were there any experiments in Vault 76 that we know of yet? Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, 76 was more of just one of the base vaults.
Such a
Oh,
huge
Fax Matter says odd to have the
responsibility.
commie red star on the wall.
Just know that
Where?
Vault-Tec is
Oh,
proud
here.
of you. I
Yeah, Pickle Mike and I
proud of
found this on a house earlier, and we were both kind of looking around for any commies over there. I didn't notice that it was in here, though.
I've got my own mission out there in Appalachia. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Control Vault. Yeah, that's the name of it, Ryan. I couldn't quite remember. Just like a control experiment, or... Aw, we can't open somewhere else. But yeah, when you look around the vault, it looks like it's pretty much barren. So, people who are older, you know, who are too old to really go out into the wasteland, I don't think they would have gone into this vault. And then you have all the...
Mr. Adrian. Hello.
Hey, it uses the name that I have.
I feared you'd never wake up. Don't you remember? It's Reclamation Day.
But yeah, I don't see anyone older than this character really leaving the vault. I mean, maybe 60 would be the oldest age that could probably leave the vault and have an alright time at survival out here. Ryan says never leave the vault, just live there. It's an interesting idea. Unfortunately, I think most of the food and all that has been taken. We got a party hat, but we're not really too interested in that. Now we'll take our little camp here. Build a camp after you leave the vault once your Pip-Boy, or open your Pip-Boy and press Z once you're in the wilderness. I think I missed that the first time I went through and played, and I thought you had to actually go all the way and do a responders, do their quest line to actually build a camp. So I think I was just mistaken and just didn't know. Now if you stop by the personnel terminal here and look through, you have a final notice here. If anyone is found accessing this terminal and is not a member of the personnel department, you will be immediately reported to the security chief. No exceptions. Interesting, but I think what's more interesting, I want to say the personnel files. All files deleted. So if you go through that, all the files have been deleted. Now there's this one little thing that actually was an unsaved work. Villanueva R. Previous occupation, Senior VP, Gibraltar, Inc. Doctorate of Applied Communications, Cambridge. White House Communication Director, 66 to 69. National Debate Champion. Current occupation, Barber. Vince A., Colonel in the U.S. Air Force. Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering from West Point. He's the Deputy Director of Strategic Planning, JCOS. Not entirely sure what that means, but he got the Medal of Honor in 71, and he's now the security officer. Anything else really interesting here? Not really. So just 3 of those little works. And now, if you look at the correspondence, that's where it has the interesting thing. Purge all records. From the security chief. Vault-Tec's reclamation procedure is very clear. All records must be purged before our day. To be clear, after Reclamation Day, there will be no personnel department. There will be no Vault 76. Any of the projects you're in the middle of are done. If you, for some reason, can't find the time to erase your files, I'll send someone over to do it for you. You can bring it to the Overseer if you like. So, certainly one question I would have, and I'm sure Adrian here has it as well, is why is it that they have purged all this stuff? Alright, so we got a perk. I guess this is the only option that we have here. Inspirational. When you are on a team, gain 5% more XP. Okay. Oh, I suppose we should probably put on those glasses here. Figure Adrian will probably be the type to wear glasses, especially since he is older. Ryan asks, are there any human enemies? And is your name Adrian? I don't think so, but I can't remember. Yes, it is Adrian. And Omar has to make some... I think he meant to say Kofefe. He said Kafefe, but close enough. Alright, we exit into the wilderness now. So Ryan, as to your question about human enemies, there actually aren't any human enemies, human NPC enemies. The closest thing are the Scorched. And the Scorched are pretty much kind of like ghouls, but a little different. The closest thing to human enemies that you could have would be other players. Hi there, Tyler. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff that people have brought up about this game. Also, I think I missed some of my purified water that I could have picked up in there. Oh well. Too late now, we're out of the vault. But I will say playing this game so far is actually kind of not bad. There are certainly still a lot of bugs that I will give. But you can get into some interesting encounters with people around here. For example, the other day when I was going through, I actually saved or repaired a power plant with a whole bunch of other players. Alright, so let's go talk to Pennington here.
Sir, I found this holotape on the Overseer's terminal. Gave a little listen. Seems you should meet her at her camp, just down the road.
So apparently the Overseer has gone missing or something like that. We'll listen to her log.
Overseer's log, or should I say, direct communication. Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other. There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before. We can't let it happen again. So we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find out. Where to start? My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
Alright, so pretty much from the Overseer's... The Overseer seems like she's aiming to destroy the nuclear missile silos that are located here in West Virginia. An interesting plan. I don't know if that'll necessarily be our plan, though. We may not even go looking for any of the nuclear missile silos. After all, well, at least right now, we're doing this all in a solo manner. Should have setting out on our own and all that. But we do have this little guy at least following us around. Well, partially following us around. Maybe not. Oh dear. Something is. Tyler says, not a canon Fallout game, in my opinion. So, I mean, the one good thing I'll say is that they do actually introduce quite a few different enemies, and there is a bit of lore that you can find in this game. It's just a matter of actually going out and looking for it. And it mostly comes in the forms of either holotapes or notes. So you don't have the NPCs to interact with like you did in the previous Fallout games. Which I kind of understand. You know, this is only 25 years after the bombs have dropped. So most people are either dead or still in vaults or that sort of thing. I mean, I imagine most of the control vaults, like 76 here, have been spread throughout the country. Ryan asks, how's the weapon selection? Fallout 4 was pretty limited. Pretty much I've seen most of the weapons that are in Fallout 4 are available in this game. I know someone brought up about the Thompson machine gun not being available. Oh my god, that is a massive... Oh my god, that is so disgusting. That is the first time I've actually seen that thing. Oh god, that is disgusting. I've never actually seen a tick in here before, and oh my god, they are massive. Oh, that gives me heebie-jeebies. And I'm sure for Adrian here, it gives him heebie-jeebies. Okay. But yeah, the weapon selection is pretty similar to what you have in Fallout 4. I know someone brought up on the forums about not finding the Thompson machine gun, but there is actually a submachine gun that looks very similar to one. I actually found it in my other playthrough not too long ago. I think it was around level 15, something like that. Tyler says, I want a Fallout 1 remake. See, that would be very interesting to see. Are you talking like Fallout 1 story in the way that Fallout 4 was set up? Or just like an updated version of how Fallout 1 played and that sort of thing? So we're going to stop at this Tinker's Workshop and scrap most of our junk here. Anything that we can do with it, though? Not really. Omar, welcome back from getting your kofefe. Omar, you missed the massive ticks that I had to fight here. It was rather nasty. Definitely gave me, and I'm sure Adrian here, the heebie-jeebies. Tyler says his stream is bugging out. What? I'm not seeing anything about bugging out here. Oh, aha. I get it, Tyler. I see you have to have the jokes too. Apparently Pickle Mike and Omar are not the only ones. Alright, we're pretty much just going through these logs and collecting a little bit of wood scraps. I figure one of Adrian's first goals is probably to find a safe spot to set up, well, a camp. Of course, we'd also want to find some manner of food around here. Squirrel! Now, if you ever wonder where squirrel bits come from, apparently West Virginia is the place. And they are nasty looking creatures here. But you gotta get food somehow. Alright, let's head for the Overseer's camp. We've collected a little bit of wood around here. Now my overall plan, I'm trying to think of a way that I can make a story with Adrian here that might potentially progress into Fallout 1. That would give me a reason to go into playing Fallout 1, Fallout 2, then 3 in New Vegas. I know someone brought up doing Fallout 1, and because I pre-ordered 76 here, Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics came with it. Oh god. Well, there's one of those scorched. I think since Adrian doesn't have any firearms on him right now, he would definitely avoid it. So we're going to do that. We're going to try and avoid. Ooh, duct tape. Alright, scrap any of that stuff, and we'll continue on our way. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is you do generally want to scrap whatever stuff you find. Makes it a lot lighter as far as the junk goes, and then you can go ahead and put that into your camp or workshop or whatever. Yeah, I will say, I mean, as far as multiplayer games go, it is very easy to kind of get into a lonely experience in this game. But I think that works pretty well with the whole canon of, Fallout. Even 25 years on from the bombs falling, I don't imagine that most of humanity will have set themselves up again. Because, well, as we see, 200 years on, they haven't. 200 years on in, like, Fallout 4, yeah, there's humans going around, but it's mostly either raiders or Diamond City, that sort of thing. It sounds like there's some kind of jingle in the distance. Is it over here? Like wind chimes, kind of. An isolated cabin. And we got mongrels here. Starlight Creeper. Come here, doggy. Alright. Well, we'll grab some of the meat off of these dogs here. And apparently this one also has a forest treasure map. It has on Sunny's Ale? Oh. And we're supposed to go underneath a house, apparently. I don't know what that was about. What's this old possum? Oh, that's... Apparently old possum is some manner of drink around here. Well, we found our first piece of armor. That's at least something. Let's put that on. Now, does it show up on... Oh, hold on. I gotta remember the right thing to hit. Okay, so it does actually... Oh. I'm still getting used to these controls here. So the armor does actually show up over our Vault's uniform. One change with 76 here versus Fallout 4 is you can put on various clothing that will cover up the armor. Alright. Let's have Adrian take a drink of this water. Now, generally you don't want to drink from the water pumps in this game. Reason for that is they have... Unlike the water pumps in Fallout 4, these ones have radiation and they also have a chance at disease. But Adrian wouldn't know that right away. And he might be taking radiation, but again, he wouldn't necessarily know that. You would have to take a lot of radiation to feel it, I think. Because, when you take x-rays, for example, you don't actually feel the stuff from it. I hope not, anyways. If you've ever felt an x-ray, that would not be a good time. Alright, so I figure Adrian has done enough messing around. It's time for him to actually head over here to the Overseer's camp. And yeah, the current schedule, at least for this week, is going to be 76 tonight and tomorrow night. A free roaming multiplayer mess around day on Thursday night. And then when we get back to the next week, starting on Sunday, I have to look at what my schedule is supposed to be. If the schedule is supposed to be... Oh. We can request an airdrop. Yeah, I have to look and see what my schedule is supposed to be as far as when I'm supposed to do things. Because I did have a setup, and I think I mentioned it in my channel update, but I have to look and see what that was. I think it was like 2 days of 76, or like 1 day of 76, 1 day of... I don't know, I'll have to look and see. Alright, so we found the Overseer's camp. And we can... Oh. We have miscellaneous. Craft a piece of armor and craft a weapon. So we'll junk that. And craft armor. Well, we have one little leg piece. We don't have enough leather to make that. What? Let's see. Let's just start from the bottom. So we have a left leg. Well, let's make a right leg. And can't make anything else, so we'll just exit from there. Also, you'll see that this stash box says my stash box. So whenever you see a stash box, it actually goes to your own separate stash. So you can actually store all of your junk in there. Go to any crafting station, and that crafting station will use the junk that is in your stash. So as you can see, I have all the adhesives and that. I need oil and screws. We might find the stuff that we need for it around here. We have a plan metal bed, duct tape, that... Oh, yep. So all the stuff that we need is right in there. Now here we found the Overseer's log about the camp. We'll grab that, play it, and grab everything else in here.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but... mutated animals? Haywire bots? No people so far. We have to be ready to rebuild in... what I can confirm is... hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Well, she wants us to find her out in Flatwoods, apparently. Alright, let's make our first weapon here, though. I think we need some kind of gun. So we have the pipe pistol, the pipe bolt action pistol, a pipe revolver, or the syringer. Don't have any syringes, so we're not going to do that. I think we have enough. Well, the most we have is 45 ammo, so I guess we'll build a pipe revolver. And that is good to go. Now, the Tinker's Workbench that we saw earlier, that is actually what's used to build up your ammunition in this game. So you can't build ammunition from like factories like we did in Fallout 4. At least not yet. I would actually hope that they build like the ability to make factories and all that at some point. I think that would be kind of cool. But again, we'll see what they have planned for this game. So we have Find the Overseer in Flatwoods and Relay Tower EMB127. Let's go ahead and try and do that Relay Tower just to check it out. It might end up going horribly, because if I recall correctly, I think there's a bunch of ghouls that hang out in that area. But we'll find out. And after all, Adrian doesn't know that yet. Oh no, what do you mean server not responding? Oh, jeez. Okay, oh phew. Alright, that was apparently from... So that little server not responding moment, and probably messed up the stream a little, was, I guess from my end, because OBS had a moment too. That was weird. Okay, well, at least we're able to continue on. Yeah, I've had something weird going on with my internet the last couple days. It's not as bad as it has been in the past at some point, but... Hey, look, frogs! Ooh, really nasty looking frogs that have really big front legs. Oh yeah, I also remembered. Can't I level up? No, I guess the level up was just that thing we did earlier then. Okay. I think I may have actually clicked through stuff really quickly earlier by accident. Again, you know, doing mouse and keyboard is a little different, and unfortunately this game isn't really made for mouse and keyboard. You can definitely tell from the controls that it's made for a controller. Radstag doe. Well, Adrian has been trying to take out these creatures with just his melee weapons. Omar says we all got internet problems. Yeah. Alright, took down the Radstag. We'll grab its meat and hide there. Ooh, and we got a possum over here. But Adrian has no desire to eat anything from that. The Radstag obviously doesn't look very good either, but at least the Radstag is a little bit more of a non-garbage creature. We found our first caps. What is this here? Oh, this is actually... For a moment I thought this was like maybe drops, but no, this is something weird going on with the structure. Again, there are definitely still bugs in this game, so definitely keep that in mind. You'll also notice a janky frame rate at times here too. Alright, let's check out what is on the ground here. Little boxes from a government airdrop. Oh, aid drop. I thought that was always airdrop. Alright, we can grab that, and that. Now, one thing I will say is definitely starting out, you kind of want to grab as many weapons as possible. Even if you're not going to use those weapons, it's good because scrapping those weapons will give you different mods in that. So even if you're not going to use those weapons, I definitely recommend grabbing them to scrap. Alright, how do I get up onto this? Oh, it's probably over here. Hey, another level up. Alright, let's level up here. Maybe. Oh, T, level up, okay. Yeah, I think I did accidentally click Charisma earlier, even though I didn't want to do that. Oh well. So we have Intelligence, Agility, Luck, Endurance, Perception, Strength. Well, more than likely, he did probably work on his strength a little bit as he was preparing for Reclamation Day. So I think we'll work on strength. Now we have Gladiator or Traveling Pharmacy. Gladiator increases your one-handed melee damage. I think we'll do that, since he has been using his machete a lot. So space to accept it, and then we can put that right in there. And we're ready to go. Yeah, I was a little confused with the perk system at first, because I was kind of under the idea that when you leveled up, like, you got a perk card, and then putting the perk card, we'll look at that for a moment. My idea was that when you put a perk card into this, like when you equipped a perk card, you that would actually raise your strength, and that's not the case. So you level up, you raise your special stats, like strength or charisma or whatever, and then when you do that, you can go ahead and equip the card. And each card has so many points that it can use. I think when you start out, it says 2 unused points. So the Gladiator takes 1 point. So if you have another card that's worth 1 point, you can equip that. Omar asks, can you kick in this game? No, not as far as I'm aware of anyways. Because again, the servers are all from Bethesda. Now at some point, Bethesda did say that they were planning to add private servers, which I'm sure if they do that, there will be various tools for those private servers. But that's probably not going to happen for at least a year. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I don't think we need to be hidden anymore. So we'll continue. Oh dear. Okay, one thing that I don't like is how some of the enemies just kind of spawn in out of nowhere. Because that kind of scares me a little. And I mean, I know it happened in Fallout 4 as well at times. But in Fallout 4, at least they spawn at a certain distance from where your character is. Given that this has multiple people in it, that doesn't happen. Alright, so Adrian is going to approach this Mr. Handy, thinking that it's friendly, even though we can see on the radar that it's not. Will he be able to talk to it? Well, either the AI is messed up, which there are instances that it does still happen, or it's actually just not very aggressive, because it's not attacking us. So we'll just continue on. Omar says, can you... Oh, I was hoping you can do a This Is Sparta meme. Oh, you were talking... I thought you were talking about, like, kicking as in kicking from a server sort of thing. Again, I don't think there is, though. Let's see. Let's unequip the machete. Go into this mode. So we can punch, and we can block. And if we do... Yep. So it's only punches that we can do. We can't actually do any kicks, unfortunately. So no, This Is Sparta, Omar. Yeah, even Fallout 4 had the same issue of no kicking. They just apparently decided that's not a viable way to fight hand-to-hand. Oh dear. Come on, internet. Like, my internet is trying to be bad and then it's trying to be good. Okay, I think it solved its issue. I spoke too soon. Omar and whoever else is in the chat, are you seeing any specific issues on the stream right now? I don't... Omar asks, is your internet okay? I think it is... Oh, Omar says, not all good. Okay, so you can't hear me and all that. That's good at least. I keep getting things in OBS showing that I'm dropping frames and all that. So that is never a good thing. But it looks like it's just doing it for periods of time and then it's going back to normal. So we'll continue on. And hopefully we won't have any more of that. Alright, Adrian comes across this camp and sees these weak feral ghouls that appear to be dead. Though don't rely upon it, because more than likely those ghouls are going to come up and attack. Oh no, they're just... Oh dear. Ah! Omar says OBS, or asks, OBS is drunk. It could be, it could be. Alright, we have a beer bottle and we have a pitchfork. Interesting. I'll grab it, but I'll probably just scrap it. Alright, we have a mattress. Another thing that I will note, you generally don't want to sleep on a mattress. Because you have a chance at getting infected. I was thinking of having Adrian sleep here just to heal up a little bit. But, yeah, there's a lot of messy looking stuff, and these guys were just killed on it, so I don't think Adrian would want to sleep on that, unless he really had to. Now later on, as time goes on, we'll have Adrian come to understand the issues of sleeping on mattresses and that sort of thing, and he'll try to avoid that sort of stuff, but we're not at that point yet. Now, can we build any more armor here? Light armor, we can do a chest piece now. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Left arm, yes. And right arm, yes. Alright, we got a full set of armor now. Doesn't give us too much protection. We only have 8 physical damage resistance and 18 energy, so. But it's better than nothing. We found mountain honey. How that mountain honey is still good, I have absolutely no idea. Is it still good? Yeah, apparently, so. Though I guess maybe honey doesn't really go bad unless it gets, like, wet. Maybe? Oh, it's been a while since I've actually looked at anything on honey. For the longest time, I never even liked honey until probably the last couple years. And even then, I only like it on, like, biscuits from Popeyes and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, Omar, you probably don't have a Popeyes where you are. Popeyes is a fried chicken chain that came up in... Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't attack me, Mr. Handy. Just be friendly. Just be friendly. Ah, he's not friendly. He's not friendly at all. Aha. I think we have some kind of turrets that are attacking us here as well. Looks like it. Notice the aiming here is kind of wonky. We're going to use our stim pack. For those who may be playing this on mouse and keyboard, the quick key to use a stim pack is actually H. At least the default quick key anyways. Oh, Omar, it's actually spelt Popeyes. So like Popeye the Sailor, if you know what that is. I know it's like really old now, but so Popeyes. But yeah, they have good chicken there, and their spicy mashed potatoes and gravy is pretty good too. I think they originated in like Louisiana, or at least that's what they say. How true that is, I don't know, but you know. Alright, we're gonna run up and we're gonna use VATS, which is Q. And VATS is pretty much like an auto aim sort of thing. Well, at least we're safe on the inside. Can we use this thing to turn off those turrets? Of course not. Scorch detection communications. Did that do anything? I don't think that did anything. And I think that turret outside is broken. Oh dear. Omar says, looks like something from KFC, to be honest. Oh, it's so much better than KFC. So much better. Alright, one's down. Two's down. Yeah, I'm pretty... Oh, dear God. I'm pretty sure there's something with that machine gun turret that is making it continue to make the firing noise. Oh, God. Why must it continue to make the noise? Alright, well, let's go ahead and head over here and use this terminal emergency management. In case of emergency, authorized users may utilize U.S. government supply requisition holotapes. Oh yeah, so go back, load a holotape, U.S. government supply requisition. Request emergency airdrop. Interaction disabled. One-time code verified. Requesting emergency airdrop. Now we just gotta get the supply drop. And it is going to land all over there. So let's get out of here before that tap 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 thing drives us completely insane. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the supply drops are always just brought about by player interactions by using those holotapes, or if perhaps they happen automated as well. Because I always thought they were kind of automated, but after doing that little quest up there, which I never completed in my other character, because I think I was attacked by something, and then I just went off on my own. It might be that the supply drops only happen with player interactions of using those holotapes. Alright, let's kind of scoot along a little bit. Along the mountainside or whatever. hate those frame rate issues. I really do. I mean, I suppose I could... Oh, wait. I was going to say I could probably change up my graphics settings. But 76 actually, unlike Fallout 4, doesn't let you change up your graphics settings unless you restart the game, which is kind of sucky. Because I don't like games that are like that require you to do a whole exit before it's ready, but...
Automated warning to all responders. The Mr. Farmhands are out of control. Evacuate civilians and take down those supervisors. Once they're dealt with, you'll have to reboot the server. Again.
Well, now Adrian knows that the Mr. Farmhands are being all funky. Hey, look, there's Pickle Mike over there. Hi there, Pickle Mike. Apparently he decided to stalk us. So supply drop is this away, hopefully. Oh yeah, no, it's right in front of us because that's where the smoke is coming from. And apparently Pickle Mike has pissed off the mole rat people. And they're coming after us as well. Oh god. Go to the machete. We're just going to go ahead and grab all of that stuff. Fax Matter says lots of skipping. Yeah, that's actually the game itself, unfortunately. There's a lot of frame rate skipping, which, like, totally sucks. Because, you know, you would think using the same engine as Fallout 4 that they would have it kind of set up right, but that's not the case. Like, there's these graphical glitches inside these buildings as well. You see those little square dots. Fax Matter says typical Bethesda. Yeah. You'd think, having worked with the same engine for the longest time, that they would have at least optimized the engine really well, but it's just not the case.
At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrong. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to been thought. So I asked him. I asked him out. Why? I'm watching wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them.
Hi there, Paul.
By your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind a dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. From then on, I built kitchens, cooked good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly. And I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. Next time hell or high water land in my stew.
So Paul, I think Ryan was having internet issues, so he may not be here. Pickle Mike, I don't know if he's still in the stream, but he is right over there, so he's not too far away. Although we're not interacting with him in this stream. So my general plan with all of this is I'm going to do 3 days a week of, oh dear god, Fallout 76 content. 2 days are going to be related to a story, more of a solo story going on. And then 1 day is going to focus more on I'm going to use my other character just to do some of the more multiplayer related stuff. Content, that sort of thing. Just so I can kind of cover all the bases with 76. So like today's stream is more of a roleplay story idea. And we'll be doing the roleplay, at least this week it's going to be today and tomorrow. And then Thursday we'll be probably going through, well, I don't know if I should do the multiplayer content Thursday or maybe do Warhammer again Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. Paul asks, are you going to get power armor soon? So the first place that I found power armor wasn't until one of the areas south of here. So it may actually be a couple episodes before we get our hands on power armor. Oh dear, this is a lot of Mr. Farmhands. Yeah, you don't find... Hold on, what is... Oh, Overseer's Journal. Yeah, you don't find the power armor as quickly in 76 here as you do in Fallout 4.
Not an official log, just something from me. The Agricultural Center, one of my first posts with Vault-Tec. I was so excited because I used to come to this same farm when I was a kid. I remember one year at the Autumn Festival, me running through the corn maze, going every which way, Mom and Dad yelling after me to slow down. Wasn't gonna happen. I guess I was always hitting my fast. Couldn't just be a pioneer scout, I had to make troop leader. Couldn't just be a good student. I had to have straight A's. God, I miss those early days. Just being a kid. The three of us, our simple life, our simple house. The one's still standing.
Well, we found, Pickle Mike finished up the mission there. He went and changed the targeting parameters, so we've completed the mission here, and I think we leveled up as well. We also got this sturdy leather right arm, a little bit better protection. So let's level up. You have an unopened perk pack. Would you like to open it? Sure. Scrounger, licensed plumber, first aid, hard bargain. And the funnies. Kid is in the backseat of a time machine. Are we then yet? That is horrible. That's like an Omar joke, horrible. Sorry, Omar. Alright, let's head back. So, let's see. I think the three areas that I'm going to focus on with Adrian here are going to be strength, intelligence, and luck. I think the second thing that we'll do is luck. He probably had quite a bit of luck in getting to the vault to be chosen and all that. So we'll go ahead, give him a thing of luck. Then we have Pharma. 40% chance to find extra first aid chems when you search a chem container. Or Scrounger. 40% chance to find extra ammo when you search an ammo container. You know what? Let's go for the ammo, because we already have one card for this, so we can add that together. Then it asks, use 2 cards to create a higher ranked card. Scrounger for level 2 Scrounger, 60% chance to find extra ammo. Paul says ammo as well. Yep. Alright, so we got that. Can't do licensed plumber. We can do first aid. That's for intelligence. Stimpaks restore 15% more health. And that's it as far as our perk cards go. Alright, let's return to Appalachia there. Also, any of the screenshots that you take in photo mode in this game do show up in your loading screens. So this is one of them that I took with Pickle Mike at some point, using my other character, and Pickle Mike is on the left there with his character. Now, one thing I don't like is you have to completely load in before you can move or anything in the game. So when you're exiting cells and all that, it can be a little scary when you find... Paul says, I watched you take that. Oh yeah, I forgot that was one of the things we did in the beta. But yeah, when you exit through into a new cell, out into like the open or whatever, and you see enemies roaming around in front of you, it's like kind of scary. I haven't been attacked by an enemy as I'm entering a cell yet, but I am kind of afraid that it's going to happen at some point. Alright, we'll take 2 things of purified water. I have a ribeye steak, but I think we'll go with Salisbury steaks. And now we have reached one of the responders areas. So another Overseer's cache, some more plans.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry, tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are, and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Of course, all the Overseers are, or the Responders are dead. Alright, let's see. I don't really...
We call it the...
I didn't want to actually listen to that darn thing.
Things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor
Can I just
Stories.
turn it off
I'm
over
Gossip
here?
Ben on me, a responder. I've been working with the responders.
It's not
for a
seeming
couple
that
years
way.
now.
Darn.
I'm from
Darn.
Dallas originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. Rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold, their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series The Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at Vault-Tec University, final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sirens. I thought for sure my father, a Vault-Tec employee, could take us all with him, but only 2 reservations came through. I refused to go. With my little brother, he went to the vault. They could not persuade me, though they tried. In the end, I pushed them inside it, and that was it. After that, I went back home to Charleston and, well, survived. Eventually, the Responders formed, and I signed up right away. It was so hard. The blood was devastating. Relocating to Morgantown Airport and now Flatwoods has been... I remain optimistic. Been with them now for, I guess 2 years. We have big plans. We can do so much to help.
Hi.
Yay, we shut one of them up. Now we gotta listen to the Colonel, though.
Talk about,
Or Colonel.
how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. The bombs and messed up people and the cows with two heads and all of it. I was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts and put glue in the mashed potatoes in the cafeteria.
Aha. Just gotta click on it. Okay. We shut him up. Adrian's really not too interested in listening to their stories. He's picking it up, sure, but beyond that. Who Goes There, Part 1. Omar says, damn it, newbie, my eyes were starting to wet. Oh, because of poor Colonel sounding so scared and stuff. He masturbated and caused the end of the world. Well, let's see what this Who Goes There is. I think this might be like a holotape play.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Tonight's episode, Who Goes There? A Strange Encounter in Flatwoods, is brought to you by Sugar Bombs, the breakfast cereal with explosive great taste and 100% of the recommended daily allowance of sugar. Get your morning started right with Sugar Bombs. Our tale begins on a fateful night when a young pioneer scout, Red Fisher, finds himself in quite the predicament, having taken a spill and fallen into a dark place.
Where am I? Jack? Biff? Mr. Bailey? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Who's there? I can't see you.
Me. My name's Sally. What's yours?
Fred.
Are you okay?
No more Sally. No more Sally. So yeah, it's one of the fun things. You can listen to various old holodramas or whatever. Though I don't like that it only says holodrama playing in the subtitles. Alright. Grab some of the dirty water. Testing water sample. Water is contaminated. And test a sample of water from Flatwoods water pumps. Also, I can still hear that messed up machine gun turret still clicking all the way in the background here. It's like, I mean, I've seen Bethesda bugs, but that one, the fact that it's still clicking all the way far away is something else. Oh dear, some dead ghouls. Hopefully they remain as dead ghouls. Some silt beans. We'll grab it. I don't know if we can do anything really good with that, though. Bag of fertilizer. We definitely need that, though. Says, wow, newbies like me on a Friday evening channel surfing. Something like that. Adrian probably figures it would be something he can listen to at some other point when he's not busy trying to get... Uh-oh. Someone's attacking that cow over there. Now they're attacking me. What was that? Adrian wonders. Having been attacked by the person who was in what looks to be like maybe a firefighter's outfit or something.
Responder Dasa gave me some supplies in exchange for my survivor story. So, hi. My name is Scott Shepard. Things are going all right. I was a nurse before the war, and I guess nothing much has changed. I just work for the responders now, and I don't get paid. The government is basically the same now as it was years ago. Wrecked, disorganized, cannot be trusted. Everyone knows this. You want to know why the war actually happened? Aliens. You think I'm joking? Listen, right before everything went to hell, I saw them. I was grilling hamburgers out in the yard with my dog.
Oh dear, these are not good water samples. Fatal, extreme, and severe, and serious. So it's fatal in 92. That's 2092. And by 2096, well, I mean, it's serious. So it's gotten better.
I found my dog later with a clump of green skin in his mouth.
Alright, boil water using dirty water and food. Or not food, wood.
Almost 10 days later.
I wasn't exactly paying attention there.
Hours to be exact. That's 235 hours precisely. You know what that is, right? That's right. The atomic number of the isotope of uranium. They had a plan from the very beginning. Why would they come after me first? Scott Shepard, the nurse. Well, good question. I'm glad you asked. They have our blood. They knew which ones of us would survive. This is one big experiment to them. This whole thing was staged. Our lives, our thoughts, everything was designed for us. Just like this.
I did just pass up
Every word I'm saying.
Doctor's bag there, Paul. Unfortunately, it didn't have anything inside it.
Find the ones holding the strings and cut the cords.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted.
Dasa has asked.
Okay. Yeah. Adrian was done listening to that crazy guy spew his nonsense. I think we found the real life Q, or the Fallout 76 Q. Q being part of like Q Anonymous or whatever that crazy conspiracy stuff right wingers go on about. Pickle Mike, good luck. Thank you for stopping in and helping us kill those things outside there earlier. Paul says it's not the same thing as Fallout 4. Actually, it's what you're thinking of is actually Fallout 70 or Fallout New Vegas. Because in New Vegas had doctor's bags. Fallout 4, you could repair all your limbs with just a stim pack. I don't think Fallout 4 had any doctor's bags in it. I think that was all just New Vegas. Omar, that almost actually works, saying aliens puts my hands in front of me and slimes instead of smiles. Alright, check volunteer status. Sending data to responder Kesha's terminal for additional analysis, done. Updating volunteer status with the responder database, done. You must complete one more experiment for the responders to become a full volunteer. And look for Delbert Winters at his home. Oh, let's go back and let the... It should actually update second helpings there to say look for them in the terminal. Oh, Pickle Mike says, also an idea, over time have your character's hair get whiter and less hair. I suppose that's an option, you know. We could develop him as it's a, perhaps like over the years or whatever, as he lives out in the wasteland of West Virginia. Alright, So it's not actually updating here. So we should at least be able to do it here. Delbert Winters. Last location, Delbert's home. Or maybe it actually already had that set up for us. Could be. Flatwood Tavern purchase order history? We'll grab it. Paul asks, do you read the plans to get them? You do. Yeah, it's not like when, like in Fallout New Vegas, I think, and Fallout 3, when you had a plan, you just kind of needed it in your inventory. But here you actually have to activate them, read the plans, and that sort of gives you access to the ability to craft those plans. Definitely a little bit more complicated way to do it. But it's not too complicated once you know to actually use it, you know. Hey, we found the second part of Who Goes There. Again, we're saving that for later, though. Alright, I think this is, yeah, the aid drop is still empty. Oh, this is the place that we were at earlier. We actually already got his stuff. Oh, I guess use his terminal. Search for training instructions around Delbert's house. Get some meat from one of the local cows. Toss it on the fire until it stops oozing. I guess that works. Alright. Adrian will pull out his machete. Oh, I guess there's spoiled meat. Nah. Come here, Brahmin. Gotcha. Slice off the meat. And now we just gotta go cook it. What is this here? Oh, free cooking lessons? Nah. Alright, so we have a few different things that we can craft here. Because we've picked up a few different things. We have corn soup, bleh, grilled rad roaches, grilled rad stags, and ribeye steaks. So we'll make the ribeye steak, the rad stag, the rad roach. We have silt bean soup and starlight berry cobbler. Interesting, but it doesn't actually fill up too much of the food. Looks like the rad stag actually fills up more food than anything else that we can craft right now. Oh, the sunshine oil is interesting. Gives you a whole bunch of AP, and it also gives you damage resistance. Okay. Need blight, glowing blood, sugar bombs, and wood. We just randomly found that around here. I know there are some new plan recipes that are around here. At least for, well, just like the sunshine oil. The different, like, things you can use in the aid menu. Complete the training. Congratulations, volunteer. Granting access to responder database done. So yeah, I think the responders are one of the factions that are available here. I don't know how much you do as far as work with them. And I don't know if they have much of a future outside of this little town here. Log in. Volunteer. Contact Responders HQ. A large horde of Scorched is on the move and might be headed for our main base at Morgantown Airport. All personnel are requested to report to HQ as soon as possible. Bring weapons and medical supplies. Maria Chavez. Connection terminated. well, I guess we are off to Morgantown Airport and all the scorched out there. Oh, I leveled up too. Let's do that then. You've reached level 5. Combat with other players enabled. Work together with your allies. Team up, trade, or attack strangers and enemies who are highlighted in red. Kill or be killed. Alright, so we've done 1 of luck, 1 of strength. Accidentally did 1 of charisma. So let's do 1 of intelligence next. We have first aid. We can further increase what we can do with stim packs. Hacker, gain 1+1 hacking skill. Or licensed plumber, your pipe weapons break 30% more slowly and are cheaper to repair. I think we'll go with first aid, because using diluted stim packs will get a little bit better use out of them. Ta-da! And that looks like that's about all we can do. So now we gotta head for the airports. So let's switch over here real quick. We'll turn off personal matters for the time being and focus just on getting to Morgantown Airports. Also, another thing to note is if you get all the way up on your, or very close to it, on your food and water, it actually gives you some manner of buff. So for example, we're 100%, we're well hydrated, gives us AP regen of plus 25, disease resistance of plus 25%. Well fed gives plus 25 max HP, and also another 25% disease resistance. Both are rather useful, especially for having more AP and HP. And there are also perks that you can acquire, I believe, through the endurance tree that give you better options as far as when you're fully well fed or well hydrated. Alright. Omar says, is that gun still firing? You should go and get whatever left of ammo, because there seems to be a lot. Yeah, that thing is still firing. That is just completely ridiculous. I have never seen something like that continue on for this long. Because we're like not even close to the thing anymore, and it's still making that noise. Because, just for example, where that was making noise was up here. We are down over here. So we're a good distance away. Yeah, I've never had a bug like that in a Bethesda game that has continued to exist. I'd exit and re-enter, but I'm almost afraid to say that it may not actually fix it. Because the problem with 76 is you get to a point where, are the bugs located on the server itself, or are the bugs located in the client? Which is ever a very interesting problem. Omar says maybe someone in the area? I don't think it's someone in the area. I think it's just solely based off of that one broken machine gun turret that we had. Paul says, would it be such a problem to log off and log back in to try and stop the annoying sound? I suppose not. We're outside of the area, so let's go ahead and try it. Quit to the main menu. I suppose we would leave the world and leave the server, so it's hard to tell exactly. I imagine it would be fixed either way, because when we go back and play, we'll be on a different server more than likely anyways. So it's hard. I guess in a way that makes pinpointing bugs a little bit more difficult as well. So, but I do imagine that probably logging out and logging back in will probably be good, now that I think about it. We do still have to figure out Adrian's camp, but that's probably going to be something that will continue in tomorrow's episode, since we only have about 20 more minutes left today. Also, one thing I will say is when you log out and log back in, it is kind of weird in that, well, at least the noise is gone. But it is weird in that it doesn't take you back directly to where you were. Alright, let's scrap some of this stuff. Doesn't look like the hatchets actually give you anything. The combat knife did. Scrapping that. Leather right arm. Do I already have? Sturdy leather right arm. Yes, okay. X Matter says turret shooting noise was also in Fallout 4, but it seems worse with 76. I don't remember it too much in Fallout 4. At least nothing as bad as that. That was atrocious. Alright, let's do the pipe bolt action pistol as well. And any weapons that I can craft. I could probably do the regular pipe pistol now. I can do a level 5 one. A little bit more damage. And any modifications that I can make to that regular pipe pistol. Just to the sights. And I can change the barrel. Long barrel increases range. You know what? We'll do that. Oh, no. I did want to actually go into there. Let's see. Oh, no. Actually, what I really want is this. Scroll the mouse wheel, go into this. We got pipe revolver, that, and this. Oh, see, that's what you gotta do. I'm still trying to get used to all of these different like keys and that sort of thing. The game is much more intuitive using mouse and keyboard, or not mouse and keyboard, game controller. The mouse and keyboard, it's much more complicated trying to get figured out. I'm sure once I've done it a little bit, I'll get better with it. Also, one thing, whether good or bad, is I've noticed that the feral ghouls here don't do their little dodging thing. Now, I mean, they're still a little bit difficult with the way they move, but they don't do the whole dodging thing that they did in Fallout 4, which makes things a little bit easier. Of course, then you still have to deal with the whole lag issue that happens. But I will at least say that playing through it, overall lag hasn't been too bad. I'll ask, does the Responder's outfit give any armor or benefits? It does not, actually. So quite a few armors in Fallout 76 are just for looks. Which is good and bad. I mean, it's nice that you can promote variety with what people wear. It's bad in that, you know, you kind of take away from how you had stuff back in the older games. But, you know, for multiplayer, I kind of understand why they did it. Omar says, I like the way they run. They look like me if I got my clothes dirty and I needed to clean it as fast as possible. Alright, so we have Protectron. Yeah. Kill. Hey. You know, one thing I want to try real quick here. If I go into this and do move camp. Okay, you can't actually place a camp very close to a inhabited area, like a marked area on the map, which this Slocum Joe's is. Omar says, autocorrect only works when I'm not making a joke. So you can still place it relatively close. I mean, if you compared this to, like, Star Wars Galaxies, when you placed player buildings there, you had to be quite a distance away from where the regular buildings were. So that's actually kind of neat to know. That you still have a decent distance. It looks like probably it's all based on where that green wall is. So if the green wall touches an area of that actual one, then you can't actually place your camp. So nice to know. Of course, this is not really the area I'd like to place a camp, though, so. Oh, a healing salve. 26%. That's pretty good. I forgot where I found those. I think I found a plant or a recipe to make healing salves. Now that I think about it. Oh well. Again, something we'll do at a later point. It is rather quiet around here. For good or bad. Let's go see what this little bear icon is up here. I'm trying to remember if I've visited this on my other character. Oh, have I? What is this place? Arctos Pharma. I don't think I have. There might be stimpaks here, though. Paul says, if you gather flowers and plants, do they make healing items? I know there's a way you can make stimpaks. I just haven't... I'm pretty sure there's a way to make stimpaks. I just actually haven't found any plans for it yet. But that healing, I think I have a healing salve recipe that I'll have to check out next time I'm at a chemistry station. Oh dear God. Phew. Alright, so I'm pretty much out of my revolver ammo. I have this regular... Oh dear. Alright. Let's take a moment. We got this healing salve. Use it. I'm almost ready to level up again. Alright, this regular terminal we can hack into, and it doesn't require any advanced hacking. Although, there is a guy that's hanging around here, so that's not too good. I am not finding something to reset my allowances, so let's pull back. Look around, I think we're safe. Try this again. Held is not it. Sync, that's not it. Game, that is not it. One day I will get better at this. Alright, swords. Oh, that reset it. Golf. Likeness 1. Bone. There it is. The data you are accessing on this terminal is confidential, proprietary information, solely owned by Arctos Pharma. If you do not have the proper clearances, then you are not authorized to read, change, distribute, or use this data. You have turret control. Activate. Let's see. Status offline, all clear. Remove targeting restrictions. Interesting. I hope that we're not going to be targeted by those turrets, but we'll find out. And save control. Disengage, block. We got a boxing glove, fancy hairbrush, and some pre-war money. But let's continue searching around here. Oh, medical supplies vending machine. Oh, so you can actually use caps to purchase from this thing. Okay. Omar says, if only hacking in Fallout can be a bit more realistic. How would you make hacking in Fallout a little bit more realistic? I don't know. Like how, well, I guess I'll say what I was kind of thinking. How would you make hacking in Fallout more realistic, Omar? Well, there's the turret. Again, fortunately, the turret's not attacking us here. Gotcha. Omar is thinking and then says, logic problems. Well, I mean, I'll say overall, the hacking mechanic here... Nuka-Cola! A big array of Nuka-Cola. But I'll say the overall hacking mechanic is pretty interesting. It's just, it's difficult as all hell to actually get. Oh dear, we've been found. And I can hear someone else closing the distance. Also, there's some kind of epic music going on in the background somewhere. Oh dear, we found 2 of them here. Alright, enough epic music. Oh, a recipe for Marlurk cake. Interesting. Oh dear. Oh dear. Lots of scorched around here. Also, if you look at the way the scorched hold their guns, I do not approve of that at all. They definitely have to fix that, because that's just... I know when I was with Pickle Mike earlier, talking about immersive stuff, that is completely unimmersive how they hold their guns in this game, so hopefully that'll be something that they get around to fixing. We'll grab some whiskey. Seek? What do you mean seek? Omar says, the good thing about programming that I found useful is making programs solve your math questions. That is until they ask me to show my work. Yeah, I don't know what kids are going to... I mean, because like here in the US, they've been focusing on Common Core. I guess that's pretty much my general understanding of Common Core, because it started after I was already like out of college and all that. But my general understanding of Common Core and how it's supposed to work is it's kind of doing math in such a way that it's kind of like how you do it in your head, but then you have to kind of show your work on how you would do it in your head. It's really a weird thing overall. But at the same time, I guess it kind of makes sense doing it like that. I don't know. I'm not the most enthusiastic about it, but... well, at least I'm getting a hell of a lot of crafting items here. Now let's see, if I go to my revolver, let's see, pipe revolver uses 45 ammunition. Do I have any supplies to use that ammunition? Or to build that ammunition, is what I meant to say. I can make 2 sets of it. Not perfect, but it'll give me a little bit more damage. We found a syringer. And a scorched. Alright, we got flasks here. Again, not really finding much in the way of first aid though, which is very disappointing, because that's why we came here for. Paul says, I'm over here now on Twitch. Okay. Well, again, we're probably... I don't think I'm going to make it to the airport at the end of or by the end of this episode here today. I think that'll probably be something that we do later. But since we're at this chemistry station, let's take a look at healing. So you can make Stimpack diluted by taking a Stimpack and putting it with purified water. Paul says, I think there was ammo in the locker besides that scrap bench. Okay, I'll check that out. So we can make a healing salve from soot flowers, blood leaf, and boiled water. That's pretty much as good as a diluted Stimpack. So that is definitely something we have to look at. We also have a forest disease cure with similar sort of stuff. I didn't unlock those recipes in, yeah, I don't think I unlocked those recipes when I was doing my first character, which is interesting. Oh, that scrap bench now is like way over somewhere else. But there's that scorched I was looking for. I could hear him. I just hadn't found him until now. Arctos Pharma Terminal. Let's see what we can do with this. We are one. Uh-oh. Alright, PharmaBots offline. Warning, warning. Errors occurred while processing request. All PharmaBots not found. Uh-oh. What happened to the PharmaBots? Omar says, we are one, is what I say to my food after I eat it. Made it through here. Didn't really have any luck on finding any Stimpaks, which is very unfortunate. So I think we're going to have Adrian leave this place. Head a little bit. Oh, it looks like it's good now. So yeah, facts matter. In regards to your question, my general understanding of what happened with fusion technology is it doesn't, or at least well with the older canon, Fallout 4 and 76 and all that might potentially mess things up, but the general understanding I have is America created fusion technology only a few years either before the war with China or during the war with China. So it was pretty much after the resource wars had finished where it would have been useful. And even then, America had, like, the fusion technology spread through America, but not much further than that. Is, at least that's my understanding of how it all worked. Of course, even America was still hit by some of the crises from there, as you can see in the cinematic from Fallout 4 when all those people are rushing towards that one factory. I think that was indicative of some of the issues that America was suffering through because of, like, resource depletion and all that. Alright folks, so that's going to be it here for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll continue the story of Adrian Rowan here tomorrow at midnight Central Time. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh crap. Flee. Flee. Not part of the plan. But yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow with the roleplay. And Thursdays we'll either do Warhammer or a just multiplayer mess around sort of thing with 76 here. One of the two. I'll figure it out. I might post a poll in the Discord, so be sure to keep an eye out there. You can see the link for the Discord in the description below. And on that note, I'm going to be fleeing from these Protectrons, so See you all later.